Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Umashri, an artist and an art educator from India, and welcome back to this YouTube challenge. Today we will be beginning with the theme Moonscapes. Let's have a look at the materials that you will be requiring for today. All the materials are also listed in the caption below, so you can refer them anytime. Let's have a look at the colors. The colors I will be using is Naples yellow or a bright yellow, orange, burnt sienna, indigo or black. Now let's begin painting. I have applied the masking tape to all the four edges, and even onto my moon area I have cut the masking tape into circular and applied it there. You can use masking fluid or leave a gap there while painting, but it is much better to apply this masking tape as it will help for free movement while painting the rest of the sky. Now I am applying a clean coat of water onto rest of my sky, and we will begin with the indigo color for the sky area. The indigo color I will try to run in circular motion around. So first I'll give in a light coat of the indigo color. If you do not have an indigo color, you can use in any darker blue or mix in Prussian blue with black and use it. So first I'm applying this very light layer of the indigo color. Then at the edges I will try to darken the indigo color, because near to the moon I want light shade because of the moonlight reflection that we will be trying to show, and at the edges I need the darker tone of indigo. So I'll begin to apply more of the indigo from the edges and try to get it till the center and try to get a smooth clean blend between the colors. So again on the edges I am applying the indigo, this time in much thicker consistency. So you can see how dark my edges are turning to be, and the center area I'll be leaving light which is near to the moon. So let's pick up some more indigo and apply it again. Watercolors dry a tone lighter, so near to the moon also I'll just apply a little of the indigo again, so that after this dries it does not look too light. Okay, and I'm done. Now we'll wait for this to dry completely, then peel off the tape and paint the moon. Now my sky is completely dried, and I'll just remove the masking tape and begin painting the moon area. I'll first apply a clean coat of water onto the moon area. Be very careful while applying water near to the edges. So near to the edge I'm just leaving a slight gap. I'll directly cover it with the color rather than applying water and risking the paint spreading of the sky. I'll first begin with the Naples yellow color. You can use cadmium yellow or any bright yellow color that is available in your palette. And to the entire moon, I will first apply this coat of Naples yellow. Then I will mix in a little bit of orange first to this Naples yellow and give in some depth. Then use the orange in a darker consistency, and then use burnt sienna to add details on details. So all this will be wet on wet, but be very careful when you begin to add the next darker color. Do not introduce any new water. So you can see now when I'm adding this orangish tone, my paints are not spreading much. The water is controlled because my background is also not too wet and I'm not applying any new water. So basically my brush has more of pigment and very less of water. Hence the paints are not spreading. Now with this orange color only, I'll just get those clean edges of the moon. And now I'll pick up orange in a darker consistency, and onto this lighter orange, some parts I will try to get the darker tone. Make sure you let the base yellow color also be visible at places, and at places even the lighter orange be visible, because all of this will add the depth to your moon and make it show in different colors, and that bright yellow shining warm moon is what we want. Now I'll shift to the burnt sienna color and I'll begin adding some burnt sienna detail onto the orange area. Again, I'm just using the tip of my brush to drop the paints, and I'm using the paint in very thick consistency. That is, I'm not introducing any new water to my moon, or else the paints will begin to spread and I will lose all the depth of the painting. And at the edges, I'm now giving this burnt sienna color so that wherever that indigo color was into my moon area, it will all get covered up with this dark tone. Now still I will just add a little more of the orange and the burnt sienna highlights. Now just some very thick burnt sienna highlights. You can use even burnt umber color for this final highlights if you want. Just majorly at the edges so that that indigo color does not be seen. Now I'll wait for my moon to dry and then add the final tree. So my moon is completely dried and I have picked up some black color, and I will just add a very fine tree with some branches, no foliage or anything. Okay, just a tree quickly and just with minimum branches. My brush has a pointed tip, so I'll be able to add all the details with this brush only. If your brush does not have a pointed tip, I would recommend using a pointed tip brush to add these finer details of the branches. Just a few more of these branches and then I'll be done with this tree also. Very simple, but yet it adds the beauty to the entire painting and adds so much of the depth to the painting. And almost done now. Then we'll remove the masking tape and see the final painting with the coat for today. And like the moon, we must go through phases of emptiness to feel full again. I hope you guys enjoyed painting this moonscape with me. I will see you guys with the next prompt very soon. Till then, do join us and keep creating. And thank you so much to all of you who have joined us so far in this challenge for the World Watercolor Month.